morning show on Spotify called the Morning Power Hour, which again, really awesome new innovative platform Spotify's doing through this company Anchor, where you can now integrate Spotify songs right into your podcast, right into your like audio shows. You don't need to get permission or anything, because when people listen to your show and these Spotify songs are integrated into your show, that streaming revenue goes right to the artist. So the artists are directly benefiting from you putting their music right into your show.
That's cool.
That's cool.
And it's Spotify exclusive, which, you know, it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. And I think Spotify is great anyways. They're taking more market share every year of the podcast world. So like, I'm cool with that. But it's awesome. Like I like having a show. I'm doing like a morning format where it's almost reviving like the morning radio show format, where like you kind of have like a talk morning show, comedy, like call-ins, and then you play music like the radio you hear in the radio. But now it's like this on-demand thing on Spotify where you could put whatever song, any song that's on the Spotify catalog, you can put right into your show. Anything you want.
That's cool.
And you don't need permission, nothing, because it's, you know, those artists are directly benefiting from it. So say like I have a show, say my show gets big enough where I'm getting like hundreds of thousands of listeners, and I put someone's song that's like relatively unknown, like an up and coming artist, on the show, and hundreds of thousands of people listen to that. That artist is now getting hundreds of thousands of streams on that one song, and they're getting the streaming revenue for those couple 100,000 streams. So like if this show gets big enough, which I hope it will over the next couple of years, you can like literally break up and coming artists like the radio does, but you don't need permission. You don't need anything. You just take their song, you put it in your show, and that's it. You know, there's no like hoops you got to jump through.
So how does the like DMCA work? I guess if you do put like, I don't know, let's just say Drake. Just say you put Drake's song in there.
Yeah.
Like, and you upload that to YouTube. How does the...
Oh, you can't upload it to YouTube.
You can't upload it to YouTube? No?
No. So that's why it's like, I'm only doing an audio show right now. It's audio only. And I eventually might go into video because, again, Spotify podcasts are now allowing you to upload video. Like, I mean, Joe Rogan's been doing it since he got signed to Spotify.
Yeah.
Where, like, you can watch the Joe Rogan
On
podcast
Spotify.
on Spotify, on the Spotify app.
Yeah.
And they just released this to the public now. So like on my say on my show, it's audio now, but say I want to eventually switch to video, you can go to Spotify, listen to my show, and during the talking segments there'll be a video and you can watch it. And then when it goes to a song, it'll just like it'll flip it. It'll flip into like the song like you normally would listen to a song on Spotify. It'll just go to the song. And then when that song's over, again, the video will pop up for the next segment of me talking.
That's dope.
You know, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
That's dope.
And this is a brand new format. It's called Music and Talk. And like we were hit up by Spotify probably like 5 months ago when this was like a relatively new format. And like they asked Mike to do something with it. And Mike was like, I don't know, we already have a podcast. There's nothing we can really do with it. And I just kind of like sat on it for a few months and I'm like, I want to make like a music show, you know? I think that'd be cool. Because there's like, as far as like music curation and stuff like that, like there's not a lot of places to like learn about new music other than like Spotify playlists. I mean, like where do you guys look for new music?
I'll let you go first.
For me, it's just
like discover
friends,
discover new people.
Friends,
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth. Yeah. Either we have friends that make music.
Yeah.
And then I listen to their music, and then they put me on like their other people that make music.
Yeah.
Because like that's how it was for like, I guess Mike. Because I knew Mike when he was Mike Stud because the only reason I knew him is because Stroman was on one of his songs.
Sweet.
And that's how I found that.
That's awesome.
And then it rekindled because he started listening to him, and I was like, oh, I know him. So like,
so word of mouth, the buzz.
Yeah, the buzz.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, word of mouth, the buzz. I don't know if you like looked around like the Lyrical Lemonade stuff up there. I don't know if you know who Cole Bennett is.
Yeah.
But
so we're trying to get him to like help with our Chicago show.
Yeah.
He's based out of Chicago.
He's like one of my biggest inspirations, just mainly because he's like our age too, and he's like,
killing it.
Killing it. So it's like through him, he'll like pit an artist.
I love how he puts people on.
He like puts people
on.
on.
That's like my dream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's what I want to do with my show. You know, like I want to show where, and again, like we're just talking about how do you find out about music, and like kids like aren't listening to the radio anymore. You know what I mean? Like some people are maybe on their morning commutes and stuff like that, but like no one's listening to the fucking radio. And when you listen to the radio, like you're not really learning about the artists. You know, they just put the song on and it's a fucking bullshit top 40 song and like whatever.
They're already big.
Yeah, they're already big. Like, why do they need more? You know what I mean? It's a whole racket. The radio, like if you knew what goes on in the music industry with radio, it's a fucking racket. Where this is just such a pure way to like, I can sift through all the music in the world. You don't have to reset that, or you good?
You can finish your thought.
Yeah. So I sift through all this music and like I actually like go out of my way to find artists that I think are really talented that don't have a huge following yet, and I put on like 5 or 6 songs every episode, and I actually I take the time to either like interview the artist one-on-one, or I just I look into them and like I talk about them a little bit before I play their song and tell them why I like the song, and every episode I'm only featuring 5 or 6 artists, you know, and some of them are friends obviously that people I know, but some of them are people I've never met before that I'm like, this guy's dope, I think you should know about him because he's really great. And it's just like a cool way to curate music and put on artists that you really fuck with, and there's not really like a platform for that anymore. When I was coming up, there was like music blogs like goodmusicallday.com and like stuff like that where you could do that and it was a blog, but like that's not a thing anymore. And these editorial playlists on Spotify, like they're like it's a whole racket with the music industry, or like where so many slots go towards, you know, certain record labels. Like they buy like certain slots on these big playlists on Spotify. So if you're independent, you're fucked. You can't get on it. Like
that's crazy.
There's only so many, and they don't tell you that, but that's how it works.
That's
there's
crazy.
So many, so like if you're an unsigned independent artist, which most artists are, like it's really hard to get discovered. It's really hard. Other than word of mouth, you know what I mean? So like if I can create a show where I can like actually shine light on these talented people, like that's what I want to do.
The concept that Spotify's doing, that's actually dope because it's like a lot of people have a routine in the morning. Mm-hmm. And if that routine gets thrown off, you kind of like your day's not necessarily thrown off. You're like, what the hell? But like, it's cool because you don't have to listen to a podcast in the morning. Like if you normally listen to podcasts, I mean, I don't want to listen to podcasts today. Like I'm listening to music, but with this one, you get like the best of both worlds because and it gives you kind of like the nostalgia of an old like radio show. Like
exactly.
So like the dope that is a dope idea, and it's in my opinion the perfect time because a lot of old cool stuff is coming back in style. Right. I think that's going to be like a wave that catches on.
I hope so, man. I mean, I love Howard Stern. I've always been a Howard Stern guy, and like his movie Private Parts. If you haven't seen it, please watch it. It's a movie about it's like a biopic of his life, but he plays himself in it. It's so fucking awesome. And you see his come up in radio and how he was always going against the grain because I mean, he's just like a fucking wacko and a sicko like I am, and like always like going against censorship and going against, you know, mainstream media and stuff like that, and wanting to do his own thing and have freedom of speech. With Spotify, it's like within reason you can say whatever the fuck you want. You know, I know Rogan, like they're like it's false information. But like, you know, I can go on my morning show and like, you know, talk about, you know, this time I couldn't get a boner, or like talk about the time I shit my pants, or like whatever. I can talk about whatever I want. You know what I mean? And just being able to like have like this mainstream format of like a morning show, which usually is so buttoned up and corny, and you just flip it on its side and make it R-rated and like say whatever the fuck you want. It's genius. Like it's a dream come true for me. And the fact that you can only listen on Spotify is like, it's kind of a downfall, but you know, I think a lot of people have Spotify these days, and like I said, like their market share is only growing in the podcast space. So it'd probably take me a few years to really get it off the ground, but I just kind of like love what it represents, and I just have fun making it.
I don't think it will. I think it's going to come a lot faster than you think.
So?
Yeah.
It's a dope. Just like me. Yeah, it's a lot faster than I think I will.
Hey, it happens to the best of us, you know. So sometimes you just can't help it, right? But it's dope too because like I remember when I was younger, when like you did listen to radio in the morning, like they're in Nashville now, but like the Bobby Bones show.
They were just talking about Mike recently on his show. Like they like announced like who, like each host talked about who they want to have on the show as a guest, and like one of them really fucks with Mike.
That's dope.
And then some of the other ones like shit on Mike. It's weird.
What?
Yeah, dude. Like some of them like make fun of him, and some of them like love him. It's very split on the Bobby Bones show, but they're based out of Nashville, I think.
Yeah. So they used to be based out of Boston.
Yeah.
Then they got a contract with iHeartRadio.
Gotcha.
That's when they moved to Nashville.
I can't wait till like an iHeart reaches out to me and they're like, "Dude, let me pick up your show." And I'm like, "No, because then I can't say fuck, shit, cunt, cock. I can't say anything." You know what I mean?
But I remember when I was in the car with my mom, like going to school, like I was like, dude, I wish I could just like see what they were doing. Because like I've always like wanted to do that, like watch it as well, but listen to it, and I think that would be cool too because they're gonna implement the video part of
Eventually,
it, where
yeah,
you can watch like you, because we all do antics when we're talking and stuff, or like different expressions, and like
kind of like the Breakfast Club in a way.
Yeah, like sometimes they're funny.
Even like Howard Stern, like dude, Howard Stern show now in Sirius. Like I don't subscribe to Sirius, but I just follow them on Instagram and see the clips and stuff like that. And like, dude, his show's sick.
Yeah.
Like his set is dope. And he just like sits in his booth and he has a fucking awesome guest every time. He just sits on the couch across from him. And then they have like a live music setup where like if they have music guests, they can just come in and like perform live. Like that's my fucking dream job. You know, that'd be amazing. Just have like someone dope sit across the couch from me and I can just like pop in, talk about whatever I want. Howard Stern, like completely uncensored. He can talk about whatever he wants. That's the dream for me. Like that would be best case scenario.
Yeah, that's dope because that's essentially
watching the video. If you do like the clips, the full length of the podcast is going to be down below. We do post these clips weekly, and we do post podcasts weekly every Friday.
Yeah, be sure to like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Also give us a 5 stars on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Make sure to subscribe on those as well, and stay up to date for weekly content. We're going to be posting weekly podcasts and other content. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's your boys from Opinionated, and we're out. Peace.